Hi! Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. I'm Honey. I've been vlogging about the benefits we get in Canada during the pandemic. Today, this will be a vlog to answer the question from Maria Mitrina. She asked if applying for the EI, even if you are not laid off, is the same way as applying for EI when you were laid off. And so, I made a video of my husband's application for EI because he is not laid off as well. He is just experiencing reduced hours, and I found out that there are some questions that are quite tricky because it's a different kind of scenario. You didn't really stop working, you are still working. I hope this will help you. Before we start with that, please subscribe and click the bell button so that you will get more notifications whenever I post another vlog. Right now, I'm starting a new series which is Get That Dollars. I will be vlogging about benefits that we are getting in Canada, not related to pandemic, like RRSP, the RESP, because these programs or these registered plans have benefits that the government wanted us to use. So I will be vlogging about those, like what you will be receiving when you retire, what kind of investment you need to be investing on right now, like basic investment. So I hope you will keep watching me, and let's go! Let's answer this question. This is just how I interpret the questions, and this is how I thought will be the answer for those questions. So again, I'm gonna show you the application right now. There are more informations here which you have to read as well, because I noticed that since the last time I made the EI application, there are a few changes already. So please read again, because it had been a few months. The first application for EI was March, and now it's another year. So there had been changes before that, like the number of hours that is required. It's only 120 hours now, and you don't have to be laid off right now, or you don't have to be out of work for 7 days to apply for this. For as long as you were laid off in the past, which is the reason of the pandemic, then you can apply for this EI now. And the reason I know that, because I called one of the Service Canada agents before I made this application, because I want to be sure. You don't have to get a new ROE. You can use the ROE that you already have on file when you applied for EI the first time, which would have been maybe March for you. On our case, it's March. So here, I started with the application. I said no, because we didn't have any applications in the past 72 hours. It was an application for the past months. So I said no to that. And then here, it's benefits for employees, because we are not self-employed. I mean, my husband is not self-employed just yet. And then I said no to this one. And but please read that before you answer. And then here, we applied for the regular benefits. As you can see, there are other benefits there. Read these informations too, because there are more informations here. It says if you started a new claim for EI benefits within the past 52 weeks, and there are weeks still payable on that claim, it will be reactivated when you complete this application. So when you apply for this EI now, because you had an application within the 52 weeks, which in the case of my husband last March, so his application now, it will just reactivate the EI claim that he had last March. So whatever number of weeks he was entitled on that one will be carried on to this application right now. So I didn't want to start a new application, because I just want to use up whatever he has in the past application, so that we can maximize that first, and then we can start another application if that one is maxed out. But if you do want to start a new application, let's say the benefit rate is different than what we were receiving during March, then you can start another application. Call them first before you do this application, though, if you are planning to start a new application, if you are not planning to reactivate your previous EI claim. If you prefer to terminate your existing claim and begin another EI, so you have to call them in this number, 1-800-206-7218, to let them know that you decide to terminate your previous claim. so that you can start a new one. Here it says to establish a new claim, you must have enough insurable hours and met the qualifying condition. And if you start a new claim, instead of reactivating your existing claim, the remaining weeks payable on the existing claim will be lost. So before receiving employment insurance benefits, there is normally a waiting period during which you aren't paid. Due to temporary changes put in place, the waiting period will be waived for all new claims between January 31, 2021 and September 25, 2021 unless it isn't to your advantage. So to determine what would be best for you, questions relating to the waiting period may be included in the application. So before there was I think a 1 week waiting period wherein even if you were out of work for 1 week, you will not be paid for those. You will be paid for the next week, but they waived that. So as soon as you apply, you will be paid for those periods that you are applying for. And so here you go, you will put in all these informations, your SIN number and your mother's maiden name. And then next would be, then you can also fill that up, your area code, extension, mailing address. So for this one, I just skipped that. And then here, I answered, I want to access the T4E in the MSCA. So that right now, I'm already seeing my T4E from 2020. So I would like to do that again. I would like to see the T4E in the MSCA account rather than receiving the paper copy on February 28. And then I did basic and spouse because that's how our tax is calculated. And then we did use the direct deposit already before on the previous claim, so we just want to continue with that one, the same bank account. So I said yes to both of that. And here we are not members of unions. Here you will be putting in your employer's informations. Now this one is a tricky part. They will be asking for the first day work, and this one I really struggled because I didn't know what it meant, whether the first day that he was employed originally, but then I clicked on the I button there, the information button, and it says it could be the first day that you went back to work after your first claim. My husband went back to work last May something after his first claim, so that was the date that we used for the first day work. And then the last day of work, my interpretation is that it says here it will represent the last day you were physically at work with your last employer, even if you were paid beyond that date. You cannot apply for your employment insurance benefits before your last day of work. And if you are continuing to work part-time for an employer, provide the most recent date you worked for this employer as your last day work. So for this one, I answered the day we knew that he will be experiencing less days for that week. So the start of the schedule is every Friday, and so we already knew that on this Friday to Thursday he will be experiencing 3 days. So we started the application on that Friday because that is really the week when he will be experiencing less days. So we put in Thursday as the last day of work, and then Friday would be the first day back at work. I think that is the most confusing part on applying for the EI when you are not laid off, because you don't really know when you will stop working. So I hope this helps. This is how I just interpret the question, and we answered because there is a shortage of work, and then the rate of pay per hour, the job title, you have to search the job title. On this one too, about the ROE, we answered that he has a paper record of employment and will submit it or have submitted it to Service Canada, or my employer submitted the record of employment electronically, because we are just going to use his previous ROE, the one that we submitted last March. We are not planning to ask for another ROE from our employer. So that's why that is the answer to the question. This one I also was confused what to answer, because it says the questions was, if you already reported your period of work with your last employer, do not report again here for the same period. So I just said no to that one. He is not employed somewhere else, so I just said no. So I just kept reading all these informations again, and more informations. And you sign it, accept it, and here you go. The application is done. So I hope this helps you with your application. Thank you so much for watching my vlogs. I hope you keep watching my vlogs. We are nearing our first year anniversary because we started the very first real vlog last February 10, 2020. So I hope you keep watching me and keep supporting our channel. It's already been 1 year. And so on that day, I will be vlogging about our journey from February 10, 2020 to February 2021, how much we earned during those period and what we did to achieve the monetization and everything else. So I will be releasing my vlog on how I started my YouTube channel on that day. And I hope that will help you start your own channel as well. I hope you're well and safe wherever you are right now. Have a good day and be safe!